today. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Colts.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the... Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Here's Mecole Hardman. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
Sometimes I wonder if we're just not looking at Derek Carr and evaluating him the correct way, because this guy's been incredibly reliable. Only 2 missed starts in 6 seasons with the Raiders. His completion percentage topped 70% last year. The only one higher, Drew Brees in New Orleans. The problem, though, it hasn't translated into wins. They move the ball up and down the field, but they don't score enough touchdowns. Derek Carr hoping to remedy that in 2020.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now, you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup.
Throwing again on second down. Carr, the open man here, Renfro. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Again, it's Carr. He's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. Leading them out, the man known as Danny Dimes, their second-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Colts.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he stopped immediately there.
McCoy, the ball carrier.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and...
Throwing on second down. Jones. And the Raiders have got him. K1 short. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Carr now on first down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those two hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But is it
fighting to get back to the goal line? I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The numbers last week for Shady McCoy. 19 carries, 72 yards. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. Never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
38-yard line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. Offense.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
At the 29-yard line.
Now Jones.
Nothing.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. D4 has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Loss on the play. It's third down. Third and
Now Jones on third down. Throw left side complete. It's McCoy. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. And the Colts first down.
Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Max Crosby. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
Jones pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas.
The tackle made back at the...
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 13.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and...
On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Colts on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. So out come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this out and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by Jeff.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
At the 24-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Derek Carr sacked.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 40, the 20, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Hightower on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Akers
there to bring him down, Avery Jones. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and
now Carr.
At the 32-yard line.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Raekwon McMillan in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Tate to return it. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. D4 in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's Tate to return. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments.
And the Raiders have got him. Ross Blacklock in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
At their own.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry, or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up, and it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
There'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 11 yards there, 1st down.
On the play. And the Colts 1st down.
From the gun, Jones. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
39-yard.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Drops this one off to McCoy underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
1st down, Indianapolis.
Here's McCoy. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
The tackle.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
3rd down.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Jones.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Avery Jones on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup.
They'll run here with Akers.
At the 7.
It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Akers, the ball carrier, brought down at the 23-yard line.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
That's good for a loss.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Renfro. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. This pass going to be caught by Hardman.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run this with Akers. And some space here. There he goes, right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
From the gun, Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A gain of 8.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. To throw again on second down. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 5. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Jones on first down. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Second and a yard. At the 40.
Throwing again on second down. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
Now Jones. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Complete to
Jalen Rager, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
He'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, a short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 5.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Carr. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At the 38-yard line.
Carr now on 1st down. That'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
First down.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. Open man is Robbie Anderson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
1st down, Colts.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Jones now throwing again. And he fires one incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy.
Jones pass.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Bailey's kick is good.
The field goal is
and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Colts 18, Raiders 14.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. It means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And 5 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5.
And 5 yards.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Another important 4th-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Operating from the gun. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
K.J. Hamler. Incomplete.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
24. Colts 18.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head?
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
At their own 35-yard line.
And now here come the Raiders. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the draw, here's Sanders. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And 5.
From the gun, Carr completes it to Hardman. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Carr now on first down. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Pickup of 6.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 42.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll run. It's Sanders. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run with Sanders. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now a carry for Sanders. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Sanders, the ball.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime is really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And next week, they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.